Hey up lads and lasses, in the last video we strengthened the luggage rack for this Honda Monkey, and today is all about prepping for our trip to the Isle of Man with the Monkey Revolutionaries. So I spoke about how I wanted to just increase the carrying capacity of this bike, and this is pretty much the setup we're going to be using over the summer period. On the next adventure we booked an Airbnb, we're going posh, so we don't really need a tent. I just want to show you how a tent's going to fit on here. This isn't the tent I'm going to use, it's way too big, but I just want to give you that idea. So what we've got at the moment is the strengthened luggage rack with, I've calculated it, I'm sure it's a 20 litre, well inside we've got a 20 litre carrying capacity of the top box. We've got a 40 litre waterproof bag on top of that, and then we've got 2 saddlebags, each of them are 20 litres. So we've got about maybe, I'd say 100 litres worth of carrying capacity on this bike at the moment. The idea was to get as much weight on the back as possible, but think of that in hindsight is a wonderful thing. I keep saying I don't think it's wise to load up the back as much as possible when there's like a lever effect. We've got Storm Kathleen coming in today. It's like the warmest day of the year so far. It's about 17 degrees, believe it or not. So I don't want to be top heavy and the wind blowing. So the idea is to put all the weight in the saddlebags, everything that's going to be heavy. We'll have all our precious stuff in the top box, and then the bag on top most likely is just going to be clothes, things that just don't weigh much. But the plan is now I'm going to get out on a ride out. I'm just going to do a short walk. Like I said, Storm Kathleen is coming in and it is windy, you might be able to hear it. And when we get back we'll just analyse what's gone wrong and what's gone right and whether we need to change anything. But I'll give you a closer look now of what we've got. This is the setup we've got going at the moment. Like I said, we're not going to use this tent. This is the H2C rack which we installed in a previous video. This is my old 3-man tent. It's massive, it was cheap, it weighs a ton. We've got a nice new Berghaus Cheviot 2 which we used for the Dragon Rally, but that's in one of these bags at the moment because I just wanted to get as much capacity on as possible. We've got these 2 saddlebags. These are Wild Heart. I think they're just generic things from China. I got them on Amazon. I think I paid about maybe 75 quid for them or something. They just slot over the seat. You've got all these hooks, it comes with all these straps to do it with, but what I've done to secure these is we've gone underneath here just through the rack, and they're not going to go anywhere because we're going to be sat on that actual middle part of the saddlebag there, so they're not going to move anywhere. We have got this lovely top box that I picked up off the Facebook Marketplace, and we have a newly reinforced luggage racks. I have come back to this and I have just created a new set of these rods just so they're a bit longer so they're not touching this, but they're just as sturdy. There's going to be no issues with them, and yeah, and then on top of that we've got our 40 litre waterproof bag that I do need to clean. We've got the first honeybee of the year. It's pretty good. But yeah, that's the setup. I'm going to set off in a moment now, and we're just going to have a quick ride around the hills. I mean a very quick ride around the hills just to see how it works, and yeah, let's hope nothing falls off. The winds are really coming in now, so we've just made it back. We were being blown absolutely everywhere on them roads. I just want to show you how we've got on. Everything's absolutely fine. These have been okay. I've decided, because my worry is one of these straps is going to come off one day and get into the tyre and just rip my bike to bits. So when I'm not using it, I'm obviously going to put it under this elastic strap and then tie a knot in it, and that's good because that's not going anywhere. Let's see if we can pull that out. That's not going to get out of that knot anytime soon. So that's the best way to secure your straps, so then be loose. We've got no other loose straps on there. These were the D-rings I was telling you, which digging in a bit. So what we'll just do with them is tip them in underneath, hopefully. That one won't work very well, but we'll just have to put it under there. I might just wrap that one. It's not the most uncomfortable, but the issue we've got is this top box here. It's just a bit forward, so my back is constantly against it, and the plan is I'm just going to move it back a tiny bit now and just see how it goes. The back as well. Obviously, we've just got a bit of dirt now because of the rain, but yeah, the bag stayed on nice and solid. I've been putting these straps through these parts on the these little hooks, threading them through there, and then we've been attaching it. The only trouble is these straps are quite long, so we had to take out a load of slack, which has been a bit of a nightmare, but we're getting there. But other than all that, we've had no issues with the luggage rack. As you can see, I've just increased the length of these. I've done exactly the same as I did in the other video. They're all identical, except I kept these bars just a bit longer, so that video is still quite valid, and the shape of it's absolutely fine. It's just and I've noticed today with the going over bumps and everything, there is a little bit of give in there which you need, but I was just scared we're going to knock these lights constantly and just rip them off in the end. So stay well clear of your lights if you're going to do this luggage rack trick. They've all stayed on quite well. They just rest against the shocks, so there's no issues there. Yeah, happy days. Just move the luggage rack back a tiny bit now, so we can get a full hand down the back of there now, so that's just given us a bit more of extra room, and it's amazing the difference it makes, because instead of just being sat perfectly upright, just being able to lean back a tiny bit makes all the difference. But yeah, that's the final setup for the Isle of Man, really. I'm quite happy with it, and we'll see how we get on with that then. It might all just fall apart when we get onto the motorway heading towards Liverpool docks. But yeah, let's see how we get on in a couple of weeks. That was a nice short sweet ride out today. We've tested everything out. It's looking absolutely fine. It's all solid for the Isle of Man, which is in 2 weeks now. If we have time next weekend, we might take it out a bit further, but this wind is absolutely treacherous at the moment. The sun's shining, it's beautiful, but the wind is going crazy. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again shortly.